Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 5 of the Hot Seat. It's your boy God Blaze coming at you live. And today, for the 5th episode, I got the man who was team captain of one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Gears of War dynasty. A 5-time, a 5-peat champion, major champion, currently on a 4-peat streak. Then dominated the entirety of Gears 4 and most of UE. It's the boy, Gilbert, a.k.a. Xplosives. How you doing, fam?
I actually feel like I'm about to walk out into like a boxing match.
You know what? And I actually, I actually feel like I could have did better for your hype.
I need that intro every time I walk on main stage.
Every time you walk on main stage, yo. Hey, this is my practice, so in case I got to do y'all grand finals intro one time, I get on that main stage and I get that whole crowd jumping. You feel me?
The defending.
You feel me? Hell, so for anybody who's watching the Hot Seat for the first time, this is my podcast where I want to talk to people in the esports industry, esports professionals. Currently we're talking to a lot of the Gears of War pros. And we're talking to them about life in gaming and, just how did they get here and who they currently are, how they've grown as well over time. So to give people a little bit of a background, who was Xplosive, and how did you find out about Gears of War? How did you start, man? Tell us about yourself. You can start from the beginning. We got some time.
Let's see. I literally started playing Gears of War because I back then I'm pretty sure I was playing Call of Duty 4 and I had I literally had 7 friends on Xbox because at this point this is the time when if you talked in game chat and you sound like a little kid, literally the whole lobby would just cut your ass, be like, yo, let your balls drop, kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just start roasting people.
That's the straight gutter right there, bro. It's the OG trenches.
Xbox Live, man, has Xbox Live has matured a little bit from what it used to be, because back in the day, the internet had no limits.
Nobody was safe. Your mother was not safe.
Yeah, no, the internet had no limits back in the day. I think actually, you know what? A lot of us grew up in an era. A lot of us, well, we can actually say that, which is surprising that we grew up when the internet first started, Because this is early 2000s, late 90s, whatever the actual year may be, but in our lifetime, I remember AOL dial-up, going to Aries and BearShare and LimeWire, downloading everything I should not be downloading, and just being all up in the internet, with not enough parental supervision, okay? And I feel like that's a lot of us, because the internet was so new back then.
That shit is still new to some of our parents.
I think that's why we all migrated away from Facebook, because all the old folks finally was like, hey, hold up now. This is Facebook shit these kids been talking about.
It was slow for that, bro. I literally never made one.
Yeah, fucking. Well, are you even old enough to make one now? Imagine. Officially, yeah, because you had, at first, I wasn't even old enough. You had to be 18 to kind of get on Facebook. But anywho, before we, go too deep in the early internet days, but yeah, continue on with your story.
Oh yeah, so anyway, I had 7 friends, and the closest friend I had on Xbox stopped playing Call of Duty to play Gears of War 2, and the only thing I remember about Gears was I thought it was a scary game because my brother-in-law would bring it over and let me play it. I would literally sit there in a corner and chainsaw people the whole time. Mad hyped every time I got one kill.
Having the time of your life, man. Early Gears days when Gears was simple.
Lost, literally. And then Gears 2 came out. So Gears 2 came out. I bought that shit used, $54.99. It's still sitting in my apartment in California somewhere. Literally, that shit says $54.99 used.
That's how good the games were back then, man. GameStop was flipping all these games left and right, hell, making their money.
You could actually use the disc without downloading it.
Exactly. Then back then, hell, then you shit. So you hop in on Gears 2, and is Gears 2 where you first started competitive gaming?
I started playing Underground and shit, which was actually where the majority of the top players now came from.
Name me some of the top players now who's in that Underground scene.
Speedy, Summons, Keem, literally a bunch of wall bouncers. Half the people you see wall bouncing, they all came from Underground, the Vexies, Zerpting.
So the little boys came out of hiding when the big boys was done playing, huh?
I want to say all that because like I feel like everyone that came from that like little like era like
Yeah.
it was like worse than pubs, bro. Like literally in between every round, everyone just ate their mic and just started screaming, bro, at the top of their lungs in between every round. So like I feel like nobody was really like nobody from there like is really scared of anyone. Like I feel like everyone that came from underground is like
Yeah.
good.
They used to
But
that trash talk. They used to that type of environment, that type of pressure, right?
yeah,
Hey,
literally every
you got a point
just
on
every
that.
round just pushing. Like literally, that's how they play. Just push, push, push.
And you guys created such uh, a lot of pride around those underground matches, right? What game did that whole underground scene kind of start on? Was that Gears 1? Because for me personally,
Gears
like
2.
as a player, I was right out the gate, competing at MLG events, MLG online tournament. Like, I was on the scrim list. I knew how to play the best team. You know what I'm saying? Send a text message, hop on AOL, do that. So the underground was something that I had heard about, but it was no interest to me back then.
It like so like underground was pretty much like just straight like for pride and shit talk. Like so like I don't know like a bunch of people had their team records on their bio and shit, and it would be like 213-1, and like 4 teams would be 200-0 apparently. Like
4 teams just avoiding each other, huh?
just somehow, bro. There's 4 teams that are 200-0.
Yeah. But so which Gears was your first? So which Gears was your first event that you had went to? What was your first Gears event you went to? Hype 3?
It was Hype 3. It was Hype 3.
Hype 3.
I was 15 years old.
Shit, y'all got third that event, right?
I got second. I'm the only person that. All right, I'm pretty sure my team at the time was Kirill's, Toy, and Stoto.
All right, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we ended up beating Fran and like praising them.
Y'all got hit with the round 13 continuation rule.
We beat them twice. No, I'm pretty sure you're talking about Billy and Throwdown.
Oh, okay. Got you. All right, cool. Yeah, I am talking about them. You're right. Because that was Kyle was on that team too, right? Yeah, Kyle was there as well. So have you ever placed outside the top 4?
Once. I think I've only placed out of top 3 once. Yeah.
Which one out of top 3? Which event was that?
Vegas when we got 4th.
Damn, so you can technically, that's a better stat line. Like, so technically you've never placed outside of top 4, but you've only placed outside of top 3 one event, and that was the event where you guys didn't even make any of the finals. No losers, no grand, no nothing.
That's the only time.
Damn,
yeah. I think I got 3rd like once or twice.
Shit, you know what? So for me, we'll talk a little bit about how do you stay that damn consistent? You know what I'm
saying? Just hit a shot.
Hit a shot, huh? All right, cool. So, all right, so let's move on over here towards topic 2, which is pretty much Hype 3 and beyond, right? Because we didn't got to that point where you done went to your first event, you played with those guys, you got second. Gears UE was around the corner at that time because Hype 4 was right after that one. How did you meet Billy? When did you start teaming with Billy?
I started playing with Billy because I used to be like close friends with Brian, and he was close friends with with Billy, Kyle, and that little clique.
Yeah.
So like, I'm pretty sure what ended up happening was like we ended up playing Call of Duty with each other, and when when UE came out, we were like, yo, like I'm pretty sure the plan originally when the 4 of us came together with Lava was just to play online tournaments.
Okay.
It was literally just to play online tournaments, and we were like, yo, like if like we're actually nice, like we might fuck around and pull up. That's why like the first event for UE, like we decided to go like 2 days before like roster lock, and at the time we literally knew that we couldn't play with Brian, and we had a choice between Bobby or like Phenomenon or Genesis.
Yeah, and I ended up playing with Genesis that event, and y'all played with Phenomenon. Yeah. Well, y'all got third that event. I was gonna say, do you wish you would have picked up Genesis? But at the same time, it really didn't matter. Yeah, y'all still went in there, and y'all still went in there, and y'all end up placing top 3. So okay, so y'all go in there. The online warriors finally showed up to make it to an event, and then next thing you know, Gears UE came out, And for the UE, it was you, Solars, Billy,
Lava.
and Lava, and y'all just dominated everybody at that point online. It was just easy.
Yeah.
Cruise on through that, going towards Gears of War 4, and now it's your first event. So for me, at that time, how old were you? You were
During what time?
well at the time you went to Hype 3. How old were you when you went to Hype 3?
I was 15 years old.
How did
Literally
that
15.
how did that conversation go with Mama Dukes when you're like, hey yo, moms, where
The,
like you
the,
know?
on- the only reason I ended up going was because my brother literally like went with me.
Ah, okay. So she
My
said, yeah,
brother
you
went
need
with
to take
me
the
and
chaperone.
yeah, bro. And that alone, like even if we won that event, I think I would have made like $200 profit. Like,
Hey, but yo, going to your first event like is everything. Like, what did you learn from that
yeah.
first event?
Uh, the game is a lot slower.
On
Literally,
land?
fuck yeah.
Mm.
And everything hurts. Literally everything in the game hurts, and it works.
So for you personally, is that have you changed the way that you practice online because of that? And how have you changed the way that you practice online noticing that?
Just pretty much hold shots. Like I sit here and play warm-ups with my teammates and like literally learn things, like just dying from them in warm-ups over and over and over again.
So you say, hell, you know, for you, shit, some of the best engagements that you can get is just fighting with your own squad. Hell, duking out with those
Teaches me
boys.
something new every week.
Hell, if I was you, I'd probably be doing the same thing. Hell, so you know,
I
so
got
you,
that Billy movement nowadays, bro. I've actually like I feel like my movements.
the one thing with Billy movement, like Billy doesn't just move to move. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't make a careless movement.
Yeah, literally.
And so his timing from the time he pulls the trigger till he gets in chunk range to him knowing when you about to when the next closest possible moment to you can shoot, he just makes calculated moves across the damn board.
This kid's a freak.
How is but like so how is it sitting next to Billy and playing with him? Describe Billy in those pressure situations to me.
A majority of the time, like obviously he's just sitting there, like just doing what Billy does, just calling out, just hitting mad shots, never gets hyped or anything. But like
Yeah.
in close matches, like grand finals, for example, like he was getting hyped and he was actually like pushing kids and just like literally enforcing his dominance like in the match.
Bro, I remember the one play, it was on left. I can't remember if it was the first left or second left. Billy was pushed through their dead zone. It was in the first half, and he killed 3 people on those baby stairs. Yeah, he killed 3 people there. He was just like, y'all don't even know what I just did to them. And the entire time we're listening to the listening, and I'm just like, why did he just like you can't embarrass like Billy embarrasses you in such a way where you almost like lose your confidence a little bit. You know, you're gonna at least find one of those fights with him somewhere in a map.
That's the thing about our team, though. I feel like everyone on our team could do that. Like, just shut down all momentum, just grab it right from you.
Now, so how do you find like what is the quality of the player that you can find that kind of find that skill set in? Because you got what we say is the 5 best players in the game, right? And so what makes you guys the 5 most consistent players in the game? Is it as simple as just hitting shots?
Just being on the same page and like literally thinking of like knowing when it's your role to do this, knowing when it's your role to back up or throw a smoke, like push in, push out, shit like that. It's literally little shit that you can't teach, and it's not something you go over like in a private. Like, all right, yo, I'm gonna do this, and then you're gonna do that. Like, it's literally just all chemistry and just knowing what to do at the right time.
Well, so that's where I disagree with you at, because for me, being that person in that position of teaching other Gears players and even trying to teach people at home and trying to find new ways of, you know, explaining the game, like I think you can like teach people those little things. Like give me an example of something that you can't teach another player.
You can't teach. It's like this. It's the little split second like things. Like I don't know. I can't really give you an example. It's just like,
there's instincts and reactions.
Yeah, it's just instincts, reactions, like how like what they're calling out, how they're calling it out, like.
So I got it. So when it comes down to new players picking up Gears, do you think it's either you got it or you don't? Do you think that these players can be taught and educated to get to the level in which you're at? Like if you was to pick up 100%.
Bro, I'm saying that like not because I think we're the 5 smartest humans in like the Gears community. Like I'm saying that because like we're the 5 smartest humans when it comes to Gears of War. Like,
Yeah, and the reason why I asked you that question because one of my biggest things when it comes down to a lot of pros and when it comes down to making content as well, I feel like it's you guys' job to educate and create new players. You know what I'm saying? Like to be that catalyst and say, hey, I use you as an example. Xplosive, Optic Gaming, #1 team. You want to play Foundation as good as me? Here's some tips and tricks. I go down mid map. I play mid. When I play mid, I'm looking for 2 to 3 things. One,
I'm never giving that secret away.
Yo, but at the same time, like,
bro, you understand people are actually like terrified to play us on Foundation.
But granted, what's the worst thing that can happen? Because my thing is, my philosophy has always been that even if you know what I'm gonna do, you still have to be able to counter what I'm gonna do and know when I'm gonna do it. Like you had the footage for the down and everybody, and y'all still got cooked that first series. Like in the second. So you get what I'm saying?
I'll be honest, like on land, bro, like literally nothing matters but like how you play like in the match of like you understand, like we literally didn't play Forge for months.
Yeah.
And we go out and do that to the best Forge team in the game, like
yeah.
At that point it's not about the map, like it's about how like people are playing, how like we're winning fights, like
yeah, and that's because what I feel like what you guys did as a dynasty, right? And we, I take that as a kind of transition on topic number 3 because I feel like you guys are like the greatest dynasty in Gears of War, and I saw Infinity on their run, and I saw what you guys can do, and the reason why I say that is because of the consistency in which you guys showed and how you do it. Now, for me, as a player, sometimes I'm just like, yo, these kids are just good and they just happen to click, where it's like all luck, right? But where it kind of looks like luck, but even though I know it's not luck and I know you guys work hard and everything like that, I'm just always trying to teach that new player how you be just as good as somebody at the top. Because I feel like you guys can put out that information and put out that content and it wouldn't affect you guys, right? Like it wouldn't like all you do is get love, subscribers, thanks, increase the competition through the community, increase the player skill levels. You guys still regarded as the best, but you guys may get some competition, right? Maybe the competition comes harder because they finally, know the tips and tricks. And granted, I guess you can kind of say from the standpoint, because some people out there would be like, as a player, why would you want to give up those tips, But also as a community member, it's a different story because we all trying to grow, Because I don't feel like we're at that point yet.
Event, bro, I'll give you guys all the tips and tricks. you guys could test that out in ranked matches, bro, and see.
I want y'all to do that. I really do. I really want y'all to do that because, like, you look at all the other competitive esports out, like the big major ones, like Counter-Strike and League have so many people and so many websites that like give away all these strategies, right? All these builds, all these different ways to play, and everybody kind of plays different. Nobody's one way is the same. It's just you guys kind of giving your perspective, and I just kind of want more of our pro players to kind of make that content going into Gears 5, giving a perspective of how they play their spots. How do you play home hill on this map? How did this player play, a front 3 spawn? How does it, what I'm saying? And have the trio talk about it. That'd actually be good. Who's your front 3 on Foundation? Is you?
Me, Billy, Brian.
You, Billy, and Brian. Like, if you, Billy, and Brian got on a video and talked about, you guys' 3-man initials to statue, mid-map, and through pistons, and kind of what your roles and responsibilities are, I think that is huge, and, all the amateur Gears fans will eat that up. And I feel like I feel like we just kind of need stuff like that in the community. And you've shown that, regardless if people know what you're going to do, regardless if they got game plans, it's all about being reactive in a sense.
Yeah.
Do you think that you got to be more reactive than proactive? Meaning that, when you're in a gunfight, do you want to be more reactive to that player, or do you want to set the tone of the gunfight?
It literally all depends on like how much damage like you think like you put into him, how much damage like he took from another fight or from someone crossing him. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's just all little shit. Like like I said, like a lot of that comes down to like more little things like comms, like cause you know like damn well that there's players out there who cross like 3 bullets of a lancer and is like
Yeah.
he's one shot, and then you walk up there and play to brick him, you get 65%, and like you're
Yeah.
like huh, and
It's
then you
like,
die because of that. Like you feel me? Like.
yeah. Do you call out your teammates when it when they do make shitty call outs like that?
Fuck yeah, especially if I'm the one dying. Like,
And
I'm
so
like, yo, like, what the fuck?
so I think this would be a great opportunity, and I think this would be a great opportunity for the team captain, the legendary Optic Gaming roster, to talk about his teammates and his supporting cast, because we give you a lot of props as the leader of this team, and so as a leader, I feel like your players very well. So could you could you describe each player's strength on your team and what they bring to the table and what make that helps you guys be so successful?
Yeah, Billy. I literally don't have to say anything about him.
Right, clutch guy.
Let me see. Brian, he does like the dirty work. He's like Kenny on fucking crack, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he's like actually a dork with power weapons, and he plays like a freak.
Mm-hmm.
Mad reaction shots. And then Rhodey, he holds shots. He brings the energy. Like the thing with the Rhodey is like he never has like that negative vibe to him ever.
Yeah.
Like we could be getting shit on, and even the shit he's saying is like it's gonna make us laugh. Like
Yeah, and I talked a lot about that with him on a hot seat. That about that vibe being kind of one of his strengths.
yeah, I feel like since we made this team, like we haven't like been like toxic because of like one person. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if anything, like it's like the whole team is mad lazy because it's fucking raining outside. Like don't
Uh
even
huh.
know what's the thing.
And so you talk about this team. So did you feel like with the old roster with Icy and Kenny? And actually we didn't even talk about Icy and Kenny a lot, But do you think that this roster compared to that one, do you have less of those issues?
100%. I feel like Kenny and Icy like both of them are really like good teammates,
Yeah.
but like not to like each other because both of them are like really hard headed. Like they both have an opinion and like that's it. Like you're not
Mm-hmm.
changing their opinion, and like obviously that's gonna cause them to butt heads. And like when they're not like feeling it like between them two, because like a majority of the maps we played when it was us five, like it was them two in a spot. So like if one
Yeah.
of them's bitching, like he gets like the other one gets like a wrong like fucking like the wrong energy to his complaint. And now, like, there it is.
There's the
See you guys
issue.
tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow. We off for the night. It's time to wrap it up. Hell. But in that, okay, I got you. So, and last but not least, when it comes down to explaining player summons.
He's actually a really underrated, like, clutch player.
Yeah.
And yeah, he'll literally do what needs to be done. Period.
No matter when, no matter where, no matter where, you say you gotta count on somebody. You can go straight to Alex.
That's my guy right there, bro. He's actually saved us a million runs.
Yo, yeah, nah, he does. You know what it is about Alex that I love? I love that he's independent and he's proactive, right? Some home hill players.
He's played 1,000 singles matches. That's literally why we picked him up.
Because some home hill players will play that position from a passive standpoint of, all right, I'm gonna make moves of how my teammates are gonna react, right? And then that's how I'm gonna kind of make my moves, which is not necessarily a roam mentality, but I feel like with Alex, he plays that just a little bit slightly more aggressive, whereas
he plays it like he's at home.
Yeah, where he's like, yeah, I don't really care too much about if my teammates win their fight. I'm still gonna entertain my fight and keep my guy occupied and do my role, Because as they're winning that one, I want to be already having this home hill because I got confidence that I know that they're gonna win that one. We're gonna get that early trip cap every time. So
if he doesn't kill this kid, he literally has this kid like stuck in a shitty ass spot, like just getting crossed up.
Full red and stuck. So you got these four talented players. We know Mentu, our season 1 MVP. Praise Mr. Positive, one of the best defensive players is there. Solar's the dirty work, power weapon extraordinaire, and Summons the Mr. I Will Survive, the 1v1 extraordinaire. So, like, with all these players, it takes, it takes a dope ass leader to keep these guys under control. So, tell me a little bit about what your role is and the things that you do for this team behind the scenes, and how do you lead these guys in game? Like, what all do you do?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of our matches, like at the times where I'm like, yo, guys, like wake the fuck up. Like I'm telling them to wake up when like at the same time I know for a fact like I'm not bringing like my full potential energy, and like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like whenever I do bring that energy, like it's actually a wrap. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, like, but I feel like they feed off of me in like
Yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah.
And if I'm not in that like zone where I'm like, yo, suck my dick, like
Yeah.
just tweaking after every round, after every kill, I feel like we're never gonna be at our full potential.
Ah, okay. So you say you take that amongst yourself to make sure that that you feel like that helps the team get to 100% and be that catalyst. I know you're talking about. Hell, when you playing, you want that one teammate that no matter what happens, you know that he gonna be there to gas you up and he gonna bring that energy.
We were down 4-0, bro. Five fucking dudes stood right back up. We're down 4-0 on 7 rounds straight. Like,
Oh,
face.
yeah, like how do you have the presence of mind to like do that? What like explain
here,
so like I want you to kind of explain that.
I stood up, beat on my chest, and said, "Wake me up" for 10 seconds.
Wake me up, cause like I was telling Praise that when you guys lost the first winter bracket finals, right? Like for whatever weird reason, I decided that I'm going to take this random ass route, okay, to the back of the green room, and I heard you in the back screaming at him. Well, screaming could be kind of excessive, but you were passionate. You were telling these guys that wake the fuck up. I came in at the end of your speech, and I was wondering if you can kind of break that speech down.
You guys can watch the Vision episode coming out this week.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, if it's gonna be in there, then I'm definitely gonna watch it. When do the Vision episode come out?
It should come out on Thursday, I think.
Okay, gotcha. I actually told Roger that I actually did want to see that because I caught the back end. I was excited shit. I was walking away like, oh shit, I don't know how this one gonna end up. Hell,
I'm pretty sure he was back there recording like the majority of the shit we were saying. So.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys don't want to miss that one because I feel like whatever Gilbert said to them, was the turning point of that entire tournament after they had ended up losing the winter bracket finals there. So what are some tips and tricks that you can kind of give to other IGLs out there as far as leadership goes and keeping the team organized? Like, what are you feeling like? What is something that other teams aren't doing that you do?
To be honest with you, like this isn't even gonna be about like IGLs. This is just gonna be about like players like on a team. Like, bro, get comfortable with your teammates. Like, if you're not comfortable with all 5 of your teammates, like you're not a team. Like, if you're going out like after every other night of scrims, like. You get off, you join another party, you're like, yo, fucking, this guy just shit the bed, bro. I'm fucking sick of it. Like, bro, like that's not your teammate. You feel me? Like, he's coming out to spawn with you, but like that's not your teammate.
Yeah, because you up here, you harboring.
Bro, I literally tweak. Sometimes I violate my teammates because like these guys are literally like my brothers. You feel me? Like,
who was the last person you had to violate?
What happened?
Who was the last person that had to get violated on your current roster?
Alex.
Alex? Not Alex.
He was getting 1v2'd on Winch every round by fucking Franchise and Rush. Tweaking on him, bro.
Yo, what was he doing wrong? Did he just have to like not fight it?
All right, yes. This was his call out in the beginning of every round. I'm getting 1v2'd, and he either 2-pieces them or dies 5 seconds later, and I'm like, okay. So and he does that like 7 more times, right? We lose the map, we get 2-0. I'm like, bro. If you're getting 1v2'd every round, either run away or ask for help. Like, don't just sit there and let yourself get 1v2'd. Like,
do something different, right? Like
do something different. He's like, I can't do anything, bro. I have 2. Like, okay, like you've had 2 for 8 rounds, bro. Do something else.
Figure it out. Be proactive. I will say that as a player, that is one thing that does annoy me sometimes. That players will be in positions getting their butts kicked, but don't know how to fix it, right? But will not ask for help either. And
they'll sit there and do the same thing over and over.
And slowly try to in their minds kind of figure it out at a slow pace rather than kind of communicating about it. And it that really can be frustrating because I feel like Gears 5 compared to UE, you need all 5 players to be super independent.
Yeah.
They just gotta because it's a lot of different pieces that's kind of happening. So you guys have been on the top for so long, and so I guess you kind of answered my well. I was gonna ask, what is everybody missing, right? Like, what is everybody doing where they're so far behind you guys, and y'all just walk in and smack them up? Do you guys think y'all have a mental block over people? Is it really just that these guys need to be better friends with their teammates? They need to just practice more. Like,
there's that, and there's literally no other 5 human beings like more confident than us, like as a team. Like individually, like we're all so confident, like.
Mm-hmm.
Not only like in ourselves, but like in each other. Like I literally spectate Billy and expect him to get like a 3-piece every time.
Every time you spectate him, you guys hold each other towards that standard, huh?
Every time, bro. And I guess half the time I spectate him, he does it. So,
hey, that's the culture, man. And I think and I think that's really, and I really think that's the big answer that. Maybe it is the culture on some of these teams, because you talked a little bit about how. You started off saying that these teams need to be more buddy-buddy, right? Like, you need to be ready to roll out a spine, shoot next to your teammates, and be able to go to war together.
You can't go to war with someone you hate, bro. Like, you're going to watch them die and laugh. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I've been on teams like that with that turmoil, and, those type of teams would really never succeed. But a lot of people, they would team with somebody just because they got points, right? They're like, man, since they got these points, I gotta just make this team. I don't rock with them. I don't even think players talk about what their goals are, right? Like, I think that'd be a good practice for all teams to say, hey, what you playing for? Are you just playing to play? Are you playing because you trying to make this a career? What are you actually playing for?
Like, people play this game, and like to them, like it's just a game, and that's the difference. Like, I live in a house with 3 of my teammates. Like,
yeah.
This shit is literally our lives.
Hey, you know what? And so what would you say? What would you say to the person out there to say, well, y'all only stayed at the top because, y'all got lucky getting an Optic Gaming sponsorship, and y'all only in the same house because of that Optic Gaming sponsorship, What would you say to that guy?
You feel me? We did not start here whatsoever. Me and Billy played in our living rooms, bro. I played in the corner of my parents' apartment's living room.
Mm-hmm.
Slept on the couch.
Grinded.
Slept on the couch, bro. At 18, me and Billy moved out.
Yeah. Hey, y'all got it. Honestly, I will say that is a beautiful thing that at 18 you was able to, move out your house as a man and go out there and survive on your own.
Whole different state, bro. Whole different state.
Hell.
No family here.
I didn't share. I didn't leave mine to. I was in my 20s. But at the same time, granted, ain't nothing wrong with that. This is society that we live in. We're millennials. We're not purchasing real estate like that. The economy's fucked. We out here just trying to stack our money and pay these student loans. Shit. So. But we all out here trying to, make it where we can. But yeah, so I actually still want to kind of go back into the culture a little bit, because I think that if the culture of some of these teams had changed, that you will kind of get the consistency. So culture and practicing right, how you treating your teammates, how you guys are communicating and taking losses, just like your in-game vibes. Just your in-game vibes in general, because I think that when teams are losing scrims, if you're losing scrims and you hate each other, what what you think gonna happen when you lose a map at an event, right? Like, if you can't lose a scrim and say, hey, and not be mad and say we lost because of XYZ and let's fix on it and keep that type of environment, you got to create a learning environment like that. I feel like with every team to be successful. Yeah, you gotta get it in, hell.
They don't believe in each other. It's that simple. Like I feel like half these guys watch their teammates get like a 1v3 or like come out of a clutch situation, then like at that point they're surprised, right? Like, but on our team, like someone 1v3s and it's like, oh, lit, happened again.
Hell yeah, shit. I will say that. So I got a question for you. What is the? So one thing about you is that you talk a lot of shit. You know, I've seen you talk a lot of trash back and forth between people. Who is your favorite person to talk shit against that will like go with you toe to toe? Where you like, oh, he actually said some shit, like where he actually like clapped back on me. Is it anybody who you feel that way for?
To be honest, like if it would be anyone, it would be like someone on a top team. And obviously, like whenever we play each other, like we got fucking soundproof headsets on, and we're 20 feet away from each other. I just see him. I just see him standing up. You know, just mad noise.
Yeah. So, how much can you hear with those headsets on when y'all start talking that trash?
Absolutely. Like if I don't look that direction, I don't know they exist.
That's probably a good thing, and probably how it
I'm still on main stage screaming my lungs out, like they can hear me though. Like,
what do you like? Have you ever like talked some trash that you have felt bad about? Where you were just like,
no, never.
Where you was like, damn, that line, or something that made you laugh. Like that line was kind of clever. That was funny as shit. Or I feel bad for that one.
I was violating demo last event. It felt kind of bad. I was actually like torturing on my B street. It was actually insane.
Oh well, shit, yo, hey, you gotta get a demo's head. You know, sometimes do you feel like it's certain players that you see that you're always gonna trash talk because you know it may affect their gameplay? So you use it as strategy too, huh?
There's always gonna be certain players on every team that I'm out to get on every team. Like it's on purpose.
So okay, so who's on your hit list for let's say Space Station? Who you picking
we actually
on?
don't ever play. We don't ever play. Like we don't ever play them. But if I'm gonna kill someone on the map, I want to kill Phelpsy or Craze.
Phelpsy or Craze. What about Denial?
I see a Rushies.
I see a Rushies. Okay. What about the What about Sneaks in them team? Mazer.
That whole team can get it
too.
Simplicity. Probably Kyle, just because me and him play a lot of spots. Like against each other. So.
I feel like
it's been like that for a couple games too. So
that's good. I don't know how Kyle can be so buddy with y'all and go to war with y'all every event, but it'd be like that. I know the friendships. I know how it is. That's real life brothers right there. You know. That's how I used to feel with Nick. Anytime me and Nick had to play each other, it was like, fuck it. You know what it is? I was happy about. You know, we talk some shit back and forth though, but it's just like if you play against somebody super dominant, you just don't want the shit talking too much in a personal, you know. But it's always fun at the end of the day. But whenever you play somebody, it's always war. The war, no matter who it is, it's war at the end of the day. So
friends, literally.
Exactly. So what's you know, I was gonna say what's next for you guys, but first off, we got the next event being announced tomorrow. Okay, big hype around that. You know, where you hoping we go?
Shit, I'm hoping we go back to Mexico. I'm not gonna lie, but
really? Okay, yeah. I think a lot of
Mexico,
people would.
Bro. Like being in Mexico, like if you guys were just like at home on Twitch, like I understand, like it's kind of ass.
Explain that environment. Explain that feeling to the people at home.
It literally feels like I'm Faker at a League of Legends event.
Really, yo. Tell them about what we did at the end of the. So the grand finals go down. You guys win, hoist the trophy, sign some autographs, take some pictures. Then yo, what did we do to try to get out that venue?
We literally hugged the curtains, bro.
we were ducking and dodging. We were like we rolled the side of the wall over the entire venue, going through like the storage in the back curtains, because literally Optic could not walk out the front door. Like they walk out the front door, they was gonna be there for 2 hours, and respectively, you know, they just won the grand finals. They played a lot. You know, we had to find them a back door.
Literally did not eat that whole day.
Hey, it's hard to eat. Like, I wouldn't be able to eat during the grand finals. I feel like that'd make me super sluggish.
It's not even that. It's like we literally couldn't because like we were just playing.
Y'all didn't win the map till after 5 p.m. on Championship Sunday. So you know,
that's wild.
You know that is wild, hell. You know, but hey, you guys did it. You guys made that comeback. Hell, well, you know, so, but what do you want for Gears in the future? What are you hoping for? What are you hoping for the direction? We know Gears 5 is announced. What do you hope the direction of that is going to go?
The direction of Gears 5 or the direction is like...
Just like, what's your wish list, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? What's your wish list? What do you want to see in the game that you feel like you didn't see during Gears 4?
Shit, I fucking love this game. If I'll be honest with you, but
No. Be honest, because like I feel like it's not enough players who love Gears 4 and who enjoy what it is. Not enough of those players speak up, right? Like you see
I literally love this game.
Yeah, you see the players that that say, "Oh man, it's broken for XYZ. I wish I had Gears 2. I wish I had Gears 1."
Like people don't understand like that's Gears of War. Like it happens to you just like you do it to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Just like it happens online, just like it happens on land. Like it's Gears of War. Like accept it. Like live with it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop bitching about it and living in the past.
Stop bitching about it and living in the past, man. I agree with you. There's some things we have to let go, right? Some things we have to let go. We got to make the best of the game that we have in front of us. People get
bullshitted once in a map and shut down the rest of the map. Like, it's actually weird. Like,
and that player ain't gonna never beat you at a tournament, huh?
Never ever.
You could tell. You could tell them not even show.
It takes 1v2 and that's it. All momentum is ours.
It really takes just one of y'all to win a 1v2, huh?
That's it. That's really it.
Shit, you do that, hell, y'all popping off. Y'all popping off. Yeah, man. These the future of Gears 5. I'm hoping for good things. I think the game's in good hands. But I am happy that you said that you do love Gears 4 because it's too many players in the spotlight who say a lot of negative things about it. And I always tell people too. And I give you guys a lot of shit as well as being like the champions. We let people know at home what it is. You guys are a part of a dynasty. You guys are the best team in Gears 4. But I always say that when you guys ready, you're gonna do it. But I always want you to take more of that superstar podium. You know what I'm saying? As more of a leader, like to be the nade shot. Because we need a good nade shot. Like we still need a nade shot in this game where you're going to go out there, you're going to, pump as much content as you can. Actually, we do have a few players leading that charge. Identivs have 61K on YouTube. Summons is, I don't know how much Summons has, but Summons has a lot of subscribers as well, where he's pumping out that content for you.
I'm pretty sure he's almost at 40.
Almost at 40? Yeah, I think that's true. Our Gears Award channel as a whole has like 60. Has like 61K or something like that. But I just always felt like especially it's you guys are way, first off, let me just say that you guys are way better than you were in season 1. In season 1, I felt like y'all was just collecting the checks and doing y'all thing. But now you guys actually do make more of an effort to put that content out there. But I always wanted somebody to really step up and be that superstar and put out that content on a consistent basis, especially from your team, and to teach these players, man. Shoot. Hell, you guys got the Greenwall behind y'all.
People would probably like the game if we taught them like that point.
Yeah, but and that's really it. And I want you guys to understand that if you guys go out there and teach people, as soon as you make a video, this is what I do in this spot. Everybody, even every pro player, is watching your video. Now that's some ball shit, okay? You setting the tone, you setting the standard. Where you go out there and teaching people how to play in good faith, giving your tips and tricks, the entire community just gonna give you love back. Give you love back, and nobody can beat you with your own tricks. Nobody can beat you. You setting the tone. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Sure, and just start that type of positive movement. But I do feel like it does. I would like for it to start with our best team. I would like for it to start with our best team, and y'all are on a good track to getting there. I just want us all. You've heard me at events talk about my rants about content and putting us all in a good position for Gears 5 and where we should be. Yeah, we deserve a lot. Well, do we?
Community is crazy, bro.
I was about to say, hold on. Actually, I don't know if we deserve a lot. Well, I personally felt like we deserve a lot because I've been around longer than most people. I deserve a lot. But even as a whole, even we just Gears is a very good esport, and I feel like we're finally just now getting love that we deserved. We do deserve it. We finally getting love that we deserved over the years, And our pro circuit over the last 2 years has been like a dream come true after not having that shit for a long time.
Yeah.
That was
That shit was perfect timing for me, bro. I
it
literally
really was.
graduated. I graduated. I was 2 weeks from starting college. Literally dropped my classes, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be traveling way too much.
Yeah, and so do you feel like you're gonna go back?
No.
No. But that's not a bad no. Just why you feel like you don't want to go back.
Shit, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
and just ride the wave every
Right.
day.
Well, shit. You know what? So what happens if let's say what happens if we only hit 1 year of Gears 5 esports? And you got to go pick up. You gonna go pick up a different game, or you gonna worry about it then?
Probably.
Hey, I tell you one thing. Well, if you want to keep riding this wave, make that damn content, brother. Okay, you want this wave to go on as long as you can. You want to chill here as one of some of the best team in the world in Gears, and keep playing Gears and keep winning, keep racking that stuff up. Make the content, and don't also too is that what I don't want a lot of our young pro players, what I don't want to happen to them is that you guys don't make the most of this opportunity, because to be able to be to have a salary to play video games and to play Gears, to have that type of peace of mind, is priceless, right? Because some of y'all don't have to work in the kitchen and slave away and try to get y'all scheduled time perfectly, and then also on top of that, give the girls some love, and the next thing you know, some of y'all might not have the baby, so make the most out of the time y'all got now, because when y'all in y'all late 20s, y'all gonna look back at like, when I had all that time just chilling at the crib, man. When I had all that time at home, in my flow, that I don't want you guys to look back and regret not doing as much as y'all can now. Yeah. The reason why I say that is because I'm blessed enough, even from my end, to not have to be slaving away in the kitchen like I used to be. I love my job with MLG.
Yeah.
I love how they support me, and I love how Gear supports me. So I am able to kind of have that space, which I'm blessed for. And, I'm like, me in this spot, I'm like, I don't want to waste this opportunity, man, because I can't do it, especially on my own, because, all it takes is for one bad life experience for you to hit rock bottom, bro. Not everybody stays at the top. Everybody's rock bottom may be a little bit different, but sometimes you hit that bottom, and, I just want you guys to make the best of your opportunity, or it's dropping people left and right. Sometimes shit happens that's not in y'all control, Y'all could be winning every single event, and I think it could be like, hey, we just don't got it for a Gears team right now, And then it's just like you don't got the Greenwall no more. Then you back on your grind, and you wish you made this content. And that's more so of a message to everybody: make the most of your opportunity. Grind, be uncomfortable. You have to be uncomfortable to survive. Go out there and do the knowledge. Learn how to make a video.
That's how you improve, bro. Literally.
Bro, you got to. You even have to be uncomfortable when you going over strats, when you in scrims. You have to have that uncomfortable conversation with your teammate to tell him that how you feel about what he does, to pop off on your boys like that. You got to get dark to make it into the light.
Literally, just don't be a bitch, bro. Like.
Well,
with that being said, though, I honestly feel like a lot of people don't know how to talk to their teammates. Like it always comes out the wrong way. Like I feel like it just comes down to knowing like who you're talking to and what tone to have.
I think that is so key. I will 100% say that. And guys, you have to know that you cannot talk to every single one of your teammates alike. Okay? Like you cannot talk to Praise the same way you talk to Pale. Okay? It's just that you can't. Maybe, and granted, I just use Pale as an example. I love picking on Pale for his timid demeanor sometimes, but I'm just saying that you just cannot talk to all your teammates the same. Some teammates are more sensitive than others, and that's okay. We're all different. At the end of the day, we want people that shoot straight. So if you want people that shoot straight, it depends on if we had to come up with a formula of how to build a team, right? You know, do you look for the player that has the communication over? You know, do you look for the player who has more communication, more confidence, or more gun skill? Like, which one would you prioritize? If you had to say one was more important, slightly more important than the other one.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that shit, bro.
So I was gonna say, if you had to decide which one of these was more important than the other, and I gave the examples of, is it just like you're out there to recruit a team, you're looking for a player? Are you saying, hey man, this player is mad confident, I want him? Are you saying that, hey, this player's gun skill is on point, I want him? Or is it the communication, or is it the positive vibe? Like, which one do you prioritize more? You know,
it's honestly like I feel like I would prioritize like the mindset of a player. Like,
okay,
I don't know. I honestly feel like just like literally watching someone play, like I could tell like how good or how like bad they are, or like how much they know about like the actual game.
Yeah.
And how ass they are. Like literally, like I could tell like when we play wagers, I don't even try to like lead my teammates around. Cause like I'm not coming out of spawn with the 4 other best players in the game, right? Like I'm coming out of spawn with everyone else, and at that point, like we're just running around hitting a shot.
Yeah, exactly. And that's probably how it feels too. Well, and that's probably how some of these other teams feel. You know, the at least the teams that I feel like the teams that team for pro points are the ones that always kind of place the same, right?
90% of these players literally haven't experienced what it's like to be on a team, like
a real team at that. And you're right about that. You know, you got to ask yourself, like, and even everybody actually like everybody in the chat, ask yourself, like, what was the last real team that you've been on where you guys felt like a team? You know, where you guys felt like, man, I'm getting up for practice. The same way that you felt like going to high school basketball practice and football practice, like how organized it was, how excited you was to come there and learn something new, prepare to go to war the next weekend. Like that type of mentality, and that's why I was talking about the culture earlier. Like that culture needs to be on your squad. Like you need players who want to embrace that just as much as you. You got one player that don't care, it's a wrap. So you know, would you prioritize pro points or chemistry? Chemistry, right? All day.
I would actually love to start an open bracket. That shit sounds mad fun.
What's so fun about it?
You get to play matches all day, every day, 3 days.
Yeah, we don't even put y'all on main stage on Fridays, huh?
We get to play like 6 matches, 7 matches throughout the fucking weekend.
Yeah, right? Well, maybe if you make YouTube videos teaching people how to fucking beat your ass, maybe, you know, you come out the gate Friday, 4 p.m. Hell, I'm gonna tell little birdie you want to play it Friday at 2 p.m. First match of the day at the finals. Since y'all want to start off, y'all can start off strong. Yeah. How about that? Hell, yeah. I'm gonna take you out Thursday night too. I'm gonna make it a good event. They're gonna be like, Blaze, how was your prediction so right of Optic Gaming losing to start off? Well, you know, you saw them lose Mexico, right? Same concept. Shit. Same concept. Hell. Hell, but I think we're going in a great direction. All right, cool. Chat. Any questions that you guys have for Gilbert? You know, I see a lot of you guys coming through. Any questions that you guys have for us? I'm gonna check in the Discord right now. I know that this week we were initially supposed to do this one Sunday, but you know we all were kind of surprised by the 2K, and we didn't want to force it on you guys. And so these guys want to kind of focus up as well, and I don't want to stream over other Gears players making content like that, you know. Because, you know, granted, it's all community over here, and I want us all to just always have a good experience if we're watching this tab. Okay, so we do got some questions for you. Altex actually came in today. Big love to Altex. He got a few in here. Question for Xplosives. I'm an amateur Gears player, but I'm also a late bloomer. When it comes to competing, since I can't really do much in the rest of Gears 4 now, can I make a name for myself during Gears 5's life cycle, or did I miss my opportunity?
There are a bunch of little kids that made their name in this game. Example one is Xplosives. You know, he literally just runs around. You know what he does? He plays wagers against pro players, and almost beats them or beats them. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
same. It's like the same thing with Sam. I feel like Sam came up a lot from
Yeah.
challenging like the bigger names and beating them in 2v2s. Him and Heza.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's always gonna be a way. Like just ask yourself how bad do you want it, literally.
So the starting process. Where does a new player is it game battles? Is it 2v2 tournaments? Where do you think a good start process is?
All right. Me and a bunch of other people, like in Gears 3, started off on GBs. Like we all started playing tournaments, team
Mm-hmm.
ladders, and from there, like we would run into pro players every now and then. We would try our absolute hardest,
Yeah.
and literally that's it.
And do what you got to do. And uh, what do you feel about the? So, what's your opinion on people who say, "Man, you only get into the top because you team with better players than I am," or people who feel like they're being hindered because of the teammate options and player pool that is given to them?
Uh, take what you deserve. I feel like if you feel like you deserve to be on a better team, then go be on a better team.
You'll be on a better team
It's
in due time.
it's literally that simple. That and don't burn bridges down like with people like me. Like I talk a lot of shit, but I'm literally cool with everyone in this community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like outside of the game, like we're dapping each other up. Like we're sitting there talking
Mm-mm.
10 minutes. Like it's like just don't burn those bridges. Like there's no point of not having connections.
Okay. All right. Here go another question. It says that is your this is for Gilbert. Is your hunger ego based, or does it stem from something or that's deeper sentimental? So I guess the question is more so that uh where's that is that passion? Where's that passion coming from? Is that just something that you have on
I
gears, or you just I guess yeah? Is it
I
deeper
I,
than
I
that?
literally hate losing.
Mm-hmm.
That simple. I like literally ever since I was a little kid. Like I hated losing on
Mm-hmm.
another level.
Yeah.
I hate losing so bad. Like I'll actually do whatever it takes, like to win.
Mm. So I
Like I
got
hit a
so
shot
so
with every weapon.
so I actually just thought of a good question for you that's kind of great. You know, you before you've criticized people who have made team changes and people were telling them guys that hey, you guys should have stuck together or hey, you should stick together. But every time that you guys had lost an event, you guys made a team change, and even when you guys were
Yeah,
about to make this one,
and
it
every time going into that event that we lost, we had internal problems, and you could literally ask anyone on those rosters that got dropped. You can ask them yourselves, and they'll tell you.
But why can't you like have that? You know, why can't you? Why couldn't you work it out with those players?
Because it's something outside of Gears of War. Like they're not
Mm-hmm.
arguing with each other because fucking he got flanked. Like they're arguing with each other because they don't like each other. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally, that's like you can't play with someone that you don't like. Like like
Yeah.
I mean you can, but you're not gonna place well.
So it's more so of just saying that, every situation where it has happened, it's more
It
so of a toxic out of game issue
every single time.
that doesn't involve you, but more so something in their personal life.
Uh,
Or is it something with you guys? Because like even an out of game
it's more
personal issue.
it's like it's really everything. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's everything that plays a factor. Like their outside lives, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
us and how we're reacting.
Mm.
And then like I said, just them two going at it, pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay. I got you. I should hell. I hear you on that one. Oh, okay. Shoot. The one thing about you guys, if you guys, so that's what I was going to ask you. If you guys would have lost, if you would have lost that event, do you think that roster would have ended up making a team change, your current roster? If you guys would have lost
No,
that event,
no.
no? Okay.
Because I think watching those, like if you watch winners finals and watch grand finals, like
Mm-hmm.
you could just tell like we weren't like
You,
us.
y'all
You
want
feel me? Like
yourselves? The team
like we
thing.
weren't like we weren't us. Like we like initials weren't going our way. Like it's Gears of War. It happens.
Mm.
Like I said, live with it or sit there and dwell about it.
All right. If you had to lead, and this is a question from Mojo. Jojo. If you had to lead a team outside of 4 players you got now, who do you pick up? If you had to pick up 4 new players to do the same exact thing that you did on the previous on your current roster, who are they? Who are the 4 new players that you're gonna lead into battle?
Shit. I'm gonna need to look at players.
You got, you got. Okay, so you got.
Right, so like off the rip.
Start at front spawn.
I can name you 3. I'm not gonna start front spawn because it's not gonna be in order, bro. Like,
okay.
Let me see. First, I would take
only skill, no personal problems.
Let me get Rush, Powers, Zerping.
Rush, Powers, Zerping. You went for all the young goons.
Yeah, bro. The young goons don't care. Like, there's literally a reason why those guys are.
What? So what makes them so special? Because I feel like the 3 of them got something that's connected to them.
They're not scared.
They're not scared. Okay. And so, and then you got a 5th.
They're not scared, and they're all like mechanically like good.
Mechanically talented. All right, hell. But as far as so that's all skill wise, but do you think that they got the mentality? Like, I feel like your 5th player like has to be kind of strategic, because dude, like if they start getting, so my thing is as a caster and how I analyze players, I feel like those 3 you put on the team, if y'all lose map number 1, I don't even know if your energy can bring them all back into the game. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all get
players that I just named, like if you just watch them based off of their gameplay, like you would think like they're actually a dumbass. Like literally all 3 of them, like you would think they're all like idiots. But like I've listened to their comms before, and like how they call out, how they like analyze situations. I know they're good.
Okay, cool. So the 5th, and round it off. Maybe a talker, or you want another slayer? You want another goon? Shit, you already say that those boys are talkers. Yeah.
Let me see.
Shit, you got people on. You got people on Denial, Ghost. You got the Space Station people, Rise Nation people. Simplicity boys, Shock in there, Kyle, Mazer boys.
Maybe Kyle.
Maybe Kyle. Okay. All right.
Shit, I honestly don't know who else I would pick, to be honest.
Damn, you said it's just the 4 of y'all is enough. But okay, it's some other players that's on the level of Zerp, Powers, and you said it was Zerp, Powers, and Rush, right? Like it's another like individually skilled player out there that fits that same mold. I feel like it's a to move that quickly, be that mechanically skilled that is not on your team. Right. Hold up. Do you do Speedy?
I did not pick Speedy.
Okay, no Speedy. All right, well, shit. All right, we gonna just say Kyle. We're gonna just say Kyle. Shit, hell. We'll leave it at there.
I'll say Kyle because he definitely talks a lot.
But. Yeah. I feel like skill wise that team is one. But so one thing is for me, because since you guys have beat everybody so badly, I've always had to look at the bigger picture, saying, why aren't nobody beating out the game again? So a lot of that goes towards player mentality. That's what I've kind of chalked it up to of. People not having confidence against you guys in certain situation, feeling defeated before they're actually defeated, right? In which I always contribute more towards the culture of the roster, because if the culture is different and you're practicing different and you're going to war and you're ready for war, even if you down in the trenches, you still fighting back, And I think Sky said Vexies fits that mold as well of players that you kind of just said. That's
definitely does.
Yeah, Vexies fits that mold of those guys. So, as far as the goons go,
I think adding him onto that artificial roster would just make it too hectic.
So okay, you're thinking about the structure of it all now. You feel like, hold up, somebody gotta get the dirty work done. You might as well pull Drix at that point. Hell, get Marco in there, get it done. But all right, shoot. What's left? Any other questions for you guys? All right, let's do. I want to say let's do the rapid fire next. So for you guys at home, we changed up the rapid fire. We changed up the rapid fire a bit. So what the rapid fire is gonna be, I'm gonna have the on-screen graphics for it next time. But the questions, I'm gonna read out the questions from the chat. I'm gonna set a 1-minute timer over here for me. And whatever questions that you guys ask for Gil, I'm gonna ask them to him, and we'll see how many he can name off. You know, I just ask you to say as many as you possibly can. You know, and you know, let's get some good questions in the chat. Like, you know, ask this man, what's your favorite ice cream, Gil? Out of curiosity, I'm curious. Like, I want to know what's your favorite ice cream in case I want to buy you some one day.
Cookie dough or cookies and cream?
Cookie dough?
Depending on the day. Depending on the day.
I'm with some cookie. Cookie dough is fire. Yeah, I've been a peanut butter, like a little peanut butter cup of Halo Top. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of that. So hell, that'd be good. But you guys start asking me your questions in chat. Let them be known. If not, I do have some questions over here as well. I think I'm gonna kind of go back and forth. I got some of our older questions that has always been good that I asked Drix that are always funny, that I love always coming back to. So, all right, we can kick it off with these. And if I see you guys, oh, actually, Trooper actually, yeah, you guys keep loading that up, and I ask this Trooper question towards the end. All right. And actually, let's see. Trooper says, hold up, we'll do the Trooper question now. He says, your team has been dominating for so long, even before you were signed to Optic Gaming. Without taking anything away from your team's skill, it seems like the Optic Gaming name holds a special juice when people play against them. The Optic Gaming name holds a certain amount of juice when people play against them, and it adds an unspoken element most teams have to overcome before they even play you. Do you think that juice exists, and yes, do you think the privilege of playing for Optic has improved your team overall?
Yes. I honestly don't think like the whole like the Greenwall, I guess, like like being so big and supportive. I don't think that plays too much of a factor against most players. I feel like definitely against some players, but a majority of these top players, like, they could care less about what people in Twitch chats are saying.
Okay.
I hope.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I feel it. I hope too. Yo, believe me, I'm with you on that one. Yo, I hope a lot of people stop reading. I hope we all start reading Twitch chat, okay? Because Twitch, you know, y'all gotta understand what y'all reading, man. Not everybody's an expert in Twitch chat. You gotta take everything with a grain of salt. It's a lot of haters in the world, okay? And if you got, you know, sometimes, you know, the more haters you got, that must mean that you got a lot of love coming from elsewhere, or else people won't hate you, okay? You know, you gotta let people do their own thing, y'all, okay? Let people do their own thing. All right, so I'm gonna hit you with these questions real quick. We'll learn a little bit more about you. So answer them as truthful as possible, all right? What job would you be horrible at?
Any of them? my only job my whole life is Gears of War.
Oh, so you say I'm horrible at everything outside of Gears of War. We got to work with that. What movie do you wish everyone watched?
Limitless.
Good movie. What is the most impressive thing you know how to do?
Mother trucker, dude.
We'll go next. We'll say play Gears of War. What is the most important object you own?
My vehicle.
Oh, okay. What is your dream job?
This.
Who is the best Gears player other than you?
Mental.
Off your team. Damn, you ain't gonna get nobody no clout like that?
To be honest with you, I feel like a lot of like there's a.
You can say nobody. Yeah, you can say you the only one. If you want to say ain't nobody, okay. If you want to give nobody props because you just that damn gangster, by all means, feel free to take the mic. Okay.
I'm literally basing this off of how like people play against us. So like
yeah,
I don't know anyone that consistently shits on us. So
hey. We will all accept that answer from you, Gil. Okay. Who is the worst Gears player? Playing against you. I'll give you that one. So who is the worst person to play against you?
To be honest, I literally feel like it's Fran. I
Fran?
feel like I have his number in majority of our fights.
Okay. I see something different from up top. Uh, if what career would you never want your child to work in?
A stripper. I hope I never have a daughter.
Okay. Hey, if you can go back to if you can go to college, I was gonna say if you can go to college, what would you study?
Computer science probably.
Ooh, favorite food.
Oh, Filipino spaghetti. Huh?
What is Filipino spaghetti? What makes it Filipino spaghetti?
Google it, bro.
All right, I will. It's good.
Try
Good
it for
answer.
yourself too.
Good answer. How about me and you cooking one day?
Sounds good as long as you're cooking.
You gonna have to help me though. You gonna have to help me. I'm gonna add this
live and direct.
So I gotta make tres leche with praise, and I gotta make Filipino spaghetti with you. Okay.
Pretty much.
That's gonna be a fun weekend. Other than Gears, what is your favorite game to play?
None. Don't have another favorite game.
Good answer, yo. What shouldn't people take seriously?
Twitch chats.
Okay. Most attractive woman in America.
Oh, my girlfriend.
Good answer. Good answer. We'll let it slide.
I can't get caught slipping.
I know you can't get caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? I've met your girl a few times, and she seems like she seems super nice. You know, she seems how is dating and gaming? How do you I see a lot of you optic boys. You know, y'all well off, but you know how is being a competitive gamer and trying to date at the same time?
There's definitely like a learning curve if it's your first time back in it.
What's the learning curve though? Like
it's like balancing time. Like you don't have as much free time to sit there and play. Like
because the girl need attention. She need a good amount of attention. Hell, okay. Sure. At first I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say what's a good amount of time for a good amount of attention. But hey, as much as you can give, you know. I was like, that's a terrible question. I was like, I ain't gonna do that to my mans. You know, I got some type of decency. I ain't trying to dig everything from up under the rock. You know. I ain't trying to dig nothing up under the rock. I'm just curious, you know, because. You know, a lot of people, well, just as it's a lot of young gamers out there, you know, who go through the same things that you guys go through. And I also feel like, too, is that, you know, when it comes down to the fans and the audience, you know, I feel like we need to talk about real life a lot more. You know what I'm saying? You know, we talk a lot about the game and stuff and how it is to be in the game and be a player and what the scene's like, you know. But we don't have enough real life talks about, you know, about the stuff that, you know, that may keep us up at night or the underlying factors that may make us perform bad at an event. And like, do you feel like nutrition is a very important part of do you feel like, because you've lost a lot of weight, actually. That's something we didn't talk about. You have lost a lot of weight and your nutrition have changed. You know, I've lost a good amount of weight recently and I've been gaming a lot recently. But for me personally, I've noticed my gaming change up a little bit. In your process of losing weight, do you feel like you became a better gamer?
I feel like I was a lot more like alert and like my brain was just more active.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. You know, I just felt like a fog was lifted. You know, you get that whole lethargic feeling goes out the window. You get your clarity. And you know, you guys gotta be healthy. Make sure you guys are hydrated going to those events. Make sure, you know, you eating right. I always tell people that we need to reevaluate. At least I've been telling people in my close circle that we need to all reevaluate how we see food, how we view breakfast, lunch, and dinner, how we view what we've been told our whole lives. And you know, and yeah, exactly. And also I tell people, I say we need to. I tell people, I say, you know, my mama didn't know shit. You know, my people didn't know shit. They knew what they was told, but nobody really knew shit about
my mom
food.
was feeding me rice 3 times a day, bro.
Bro, I was getting fucking Twinkies, bro. Twinkies 3 times a day.
I was like, God damn, like
out here looking like a chunky monkey. You know what I'm saying? But that plays a big part of your health and your mindset, man. You know, we can go on that all day, but you know, we got content coming out on that shit. So we'll touch bases there. We'll touch bases on it when we make the Filipino spaghetti. All right. Yeah. Any last minute shout outs? Anything you want to get off your chest? Anything you want to say to the fans, Gil?
Just thank you guys all for stopping by. Make sure you follow the channel if you don't already, and thanks for having me. It was a fun time.
No, it was fun. And you guys can catch this man over on Twitter at Xplosive, XPLOSIVE. You know, it's been a fun. We always chopping it up at events. We always talking about stuff, and you know, we're gonna continue to have our conversations. But you guys at home, you know, take it from him. Keep grinding. You know, keep grinding. Get messy. Do the things that feel uncomfortable. If you guys wanna be in his position, if you guys wanna hoist that trophy, when it's time to practice at home, you gotta get uncomfortable. You gotta do the things that you have not done before. You can't expect to win an event doing the same shit you guys been doing beforehand. If you want to chase greatness, you gotta put the work in. All right, it's been it. That's been it from your boy Blaze, my boy Xplosive. We appreciate you guys for watching the Hot Seat. All right, hey, make sure if you guys enjoyed it, like, subscribe, follow the Twitch, follow the YouTube, follow the Spotify, wherever you're listening to it at. I appreciate y'all. You guys can catch me over at GuyBlaze Live on Twitter, at GuyBlaze on Instagram, and Blaze on Twitch. Peace.